Assalamu alaikum, guys. I wanted to quickly share some thoughts on this book, The Burnout Society by Byung-Chul Han. I'm going to do an in-depth review of this book. It's one of those books that I've read recently that's really caught my attention and really, a phenomenal book. I really recommend you guys read this. I wanted to quickly share one tip or one, outstanding point that I read from this, and I think is very beneficial for us to ponder upon, reflect upon, and maybe try to internalize into our lives. And that is where in the second chapter, where he makes the distinction between the disciplinary society and the achievement-based society. And what he argues is that we've shifted from a disciplinary type of model of society in the past. And after the Enlightenment, we've moved towards this achievement-based society. Now, an achievement-based society from an external perspective, for those that are pulling the strings, if you like, from their perspective, it's the most useful as far as progress is concerned, or some aspects of progress, or that's what's assumed, because everyone's focused towards progress and achieving things and growing and all of this type of stuff. However, on an individual level, this is problematic because the achievement-based society burns people out. The human being is limited, has limited resources and abilities. When you continuously tell someone, you can do this, you can do everything, you can make anything of your life, essentially when you tell them to play God, because in our achievement-based society today, it's very secular, there is no divine, there is no creator, there is not a being that you can rely upon, turn to, submit to. That's what a disciplinary or a discipline-based society was. People would submit to a higher being or authority. But today, there's none of this. You are the highest authority. Man has become God. You play the divine, or people play the divine. I hope you don't play the divine. When you put a person in that position, and you tell them that you can do anything you want, you can achieve anything you want, everything is possible, without giving them an anchor to rely upon and turn to and submit to, then people are going to burn out. And that's what's happening to people. People burn out. Depression and anxiety is on the rise. And this book really touches upon that and argues that a lot of depression and anxiety is a result of this achievement-based society, this issue where you're telling people that they can do whatever they want and everything is possible. And he makes a very beautiful point. There's a line here which really resonated. Where he argues that, look, the depressive statement, I can't do anything, only makes sense when within the context of where you tell people you can do everything. And I think from an Islamic perspective, this is profound as well, because Islam provides a beautiful balance between, this model of a disciplinary society and an achievement-based society. Islam fundamentally is informing us that we were created to submit to worship the creator of the heavens and the earth. But at the same time, it encourages and pushes us to achieve things. We are here to act in this world. Action is key. As the Quran says, that Allah tells us in the Quran that He did not create us for any other reason except to know Him and to worship Him, and that He created life and death to test which of us is best in action. So to act is key, and Iqbal comes to mind here, because Iqbal's whole concept of khudi is to encourage the self, to engage in this world and to do things, significant things in this world, meaningful things. However, that self is dependent upon the creator of the heavens and the earth, that is the ultimate authority and source that every single thing relies upon. So it creates this beautiful balance. However, without God, in the absence of Islam, you either have a society that's completely submitting to another human authority, which seems to, work better, at least according to Chulhan, than a purely achievement-based society where you almost tell the individual, the human being, that they are God themselves, and therefore they can do and achieve whatever they want. Everything is possible. So Islam provides this very unique, beautiful balance. And I guess in summary, something for us to reflect upon, I guess, is, and especially as Muslims, because you see this, and I see this amongst Muslims too, it's always about doing, trying to achieve, do the next thing, achieve the next task. And when you don't, or when you fail, people take it very hard. It breaks them down. And we see it amongst the online Muslim scene as well, social media. People are constantly trying to produce new content, amazing content that would, get the views, get the likes, all of this type of stuff. And this continuous chase, this race to make the next viral video ultimately is burning people out. They're just tired, they get frustrated, they get fed up, they get depressed and anxious and need to take a break or completely leave social media. So I guess I conclude on this point is something for us to reflect upon. We really need to stop and take some time to reflect upon those blessings around us which we completely neglect. How many of us completely neglect our children? Even if we're there spending time with them, our minds are somewhere else and thinking about 101 other things. Or with our parents, our mothers and fathers, our spouses. We don't stop and I'm not trying, this is not some new age mindfulness stuff that I'm talking about. Just things that we're encouraged to do as Muslims. Remember the blessings of Allah. Be grateful for the blessings of Allah. And one of the ways we can truly be grateful or show gratitude is to really make the most of those blessings. Be present with those blessings. Be grateful in the moments that Allah gives us. Slow down, take your time. And again, in the longer review, I'll touch upon this. In the 3rd chapter, he goes into this idea of this multitasking that everyone is encouraged to do these days. We're trying to do 101 different things, and this again frustrates us and agitates us and eventually burns us out. But just stop and really try to focus in on one task at a time, or focus in on enjoying the blessings that you have in your life. And it's the small things. Don't chase this whole thing about, you need to be someone great and you need to change the world and you need to have X amount of followers and do all of, okay, aspire to do these amazing things. It's natural within us to aspire to want to become something and do something significant. However, not at the cost of overlooking all of the blessings you have. As Allah informs us, if you are grateful, Allah will increase you. Take stock of your life. Don't chase these ghosts, these things that aren't really there in your life right now, and stop living in tomorrow and start living today and be grateful for the things Allah has given you. Anyway, I'll leave you guys with that. I'm going to do a full review of this book in a few days time, inshallah, once I finish it. May Allah bless you guys, and I'll speak to you guys next time. Assalamu alaikum.